In this session, I'm going to show you how to build up the contents of email output, either the subject matter or body of the actual email, by using variable information that has been received from the NG2 process. I'll briefly take you through an email example. So on the subject line, I've added some fixed text with a value that's coming from one of the variables within the NG2, and in this case, it's picked up from the form type from the spool files that has been processed. Then, in the body of the email, I've added an email address which is translated by NG2 using the user profile of the spool file itself. Then underneath, you can see the actual user profile name. Interform NG has a wealth of variables available to us. It uses the XPath function extensively throughout. So whenever you get info from the spool file or from the XML input file or whatever input comes into NG2, any of this information can be pushed into a variable, then that variable can be transported into the email or any other output. In this scenario, I'm using a translation table based on the user profile to look up the email address and return it from an email address book created in NG2. If we then look at the output of the email definition, you can see this is where I'm specifying the subject that's going to appear here on the email, and I'm using a concat XPath expression which concatenates different strings together. So I'm putting some fixed text which says test from form type, and then I'm putting variable at the end of that, and it's concatenating that string which gives me the subject line. The body of the email comes from this mail template, as you can see here. So if we take a quick look at this, it is in my library section in email templates. And if I look here, I'll see that I have substituted a $sign to precede the name of the variable so that Interform knows this is a variable. And during the construction of the email, Interform will substitute the variable contents and place it into the email. If we then flip back to the email, you can see in this particular case, the word demo is retrieved from the spool file form type. The email address highlighted has come from translation using the profile Tracy highlighted. And that's how easy it is to create an email with lots of information, not just fixed text, but variables that come from Interform NG2.